Please review the disclosures. Nothing written, expressed, or said here should be looked at as investment advice or an admonition to buy, sell, or trade any security or financial instrument. The Lund Loop is for informational purposes only. Hey everybody, welcome to the daily update for Friday, October 24th, 2025. It's going to be an abbreviated daily update, and I won't be on camera because I'm having technical issues with my laptop. It's choking on this production, so I'm going to go off my laptop right now and continue with the daily update. I'm sorry, what I meant and what I think you assumed was that I'm getting off camera to do the rest of the daily update. Like I said, I was in Mount Charleston today, outside of Vegas, touching snow for most of the day. Did check in with the market here and there when I had cell service. Made a few trades. What did I trade? Well, I was able to get out of my NVIDIA calls for a little bit. Didn't make a profit, but I didn't lose 100% like I thought I would, which was nice on this ramp at the end of the day. You saw the gap up here, just went sideways pretty much all day long, and then had a late day break. And then the other one was Microsoft. I actually was able to get 25% out of that last half that I had. So bonus, right? As far as the market itself, strong market continues. We gapped up at the open on the SPX, and there's that spread we've talked about so many times, the 5, the 9, the 20. The wider that spread, the more powerful the move. There's the 20 as support. Kind of support here for most of the day, and then at the end of the day, we had a little bit of a sell-off. It was the same thing in basically all the indexes. Across the board, strong day. What did we have? We were up 1% on the Dow, 0.75% on the SPX, percent on the Qs, percent on IWM. I just messed up all my charts there, didn't I? Thank you, Control Z. Okay. And where does that leave us? Well, what I've been telling paid subscribers since here is technically there's nothing wrong with the market. We broke the short-term downtrend on Monday. We had a little inside day there. Remember, I talked about not chasing here because we might get a little pullback and you don't want to get stopped out. And that's we got a pullback here where buyers stepped in. We held the 8-day. We went up higher yesterday, and I said, gun to my head, we're going higher today. One of the keys yesterday was our green list had a lot of names that didn't move off of it. When we get the daily setups list where things stay on there for a day or two, and especially when they come back from the active list onto the daily setups, which we'll look at in a minute, that portends a big move. Doesn't always mean it's up, but this just looked technically like that's the way it was going to go. Now, if we get a big red bar down here on Monday, that would not be good. But for now, everything is technically okay in the market. A little bit lower volume, but we've seen this pattern so many times throughout this area where price goes up, volume is receding, and between price and volume, I'm always going to go with price. Q's a little more, doji. It's not a doji because there's a body, but you know what I mean. Like if we were to get a gap down here, that would be an abandoned baby, and we'd have to deal with it. But now we're at all-time highs. I mean, it's really hard to pick at the market when it's at all-time highs. It really is. You can guess and assume something's going to happen bad, but right now we're at all-time highs. I'm glad we saw IWM resolve this. It hasn't really resolved. It still needs to get back above this area here for sure. And IWM has just been traditionally weak for the last couple years, but at least it got out of this area and it didn't fall off a cliff. And the Dow going into new highs. So when you get 3 out of the 4 indexes going into all-time highs, it's really hard to find anything negative in the market. We can try. Let's go through all the ETFs, and then we'll look at the watch list changes, and we'll go from there. Again, I'm sorry.